white people get quite offended about that.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I mean, like I could pass for like a white Cuban or something, or maybe Mediterranean, Spanish, Italian. Someone seems to think that that's disrespectful to all black women across the planet. Is there any truth that white people didn't know how to wash their derrieres? People are clowning me like this is particularly white people when I see the little...
A lot of white people saying they don't wash chicken.
No. Someone said, don't treat them like your slaves because they are half black. Being...
Yes,
you discriminating against AI robots?
Yes.
What's up, family? I'm Tommy.
I'm Sharon.
And welcome to DMO World. Guys, this is kind of cozy, isn't it? Right?
It was very weird, but familiar.
You guys that have been riding with us for the longest, what does this remind you of? Vintage DMO World, right?
Yeah. For those that have been riding that DMO World wave with us from 2020?
Something like that.
Something like that. You guys recognize this setup. It's just in a different house, but very similar. Same lion. Oh yeah. This part. We've had this for a minute now, but we don't display it much. Yeah, we don't.
We're back with another little conversational video, which we haven't done for a hot minute. So here we are, guys. I'm looking forward to getting into this. I don't know about you.
I am actually. I was a little bit like, I'm not sure if I want to do this, but I just thought, why not?
Why not? Let's do this thing again.
Yeah. You know, the kids are in bed. Like, it's just me and you.
Let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Let's have a chat with you guys. Nice pajamas, by the way.
Thank you very much. I was going to, you wanted me to change. I was like, I'm in bed. It's like 9. Might as well make this like a cozy night in with you guys, a little pajama party.
I'm not wearing pajamas. See, that's the difference between now and then. Back then, you used to like wear our best clothes. We used to get our best clothes on to do these type of videos.
We really did. But maybe we might.
I mean, I can't say much, guys. I know I've got an Ed Hardy t-shirt on, but I've actually got swim shorts on. But it doesn't matter because you guys can see from the... Anyway, look.
It's like when people work from home and they got like a tie and a shirt on, and at the bottom they got boxers on.
White fronts.
And then they have to like stand up to get a pen behind them, and they're like, oh, oops.
It was like skid mark show and all that.
Oh, gross.
Anyway, too much transparency, but that's what you get from us, guys. Anyway, today, this was actually our oldest daughter Aurora's idea to do a video responding to negative comments. Which we have done before, but we haven't done in a hot minute. So shout out to Aurora, who's in bed. She's probably awake listening to this, but it was her idea. So just shout out to Aurora.
And I guess this was inspired because I did a little bit of a petty clap back. It's just a response, I guess, to a comment that someone was saying about obviously my hair. Oh gosh, people are so pressed about my hair. I think it's like, it's ruining people's lives, you know, me not having my hair long in a weave or whatever. It's just ruining people's days. So they just feel the need and the propensity to type on that keyboard to ensure that I know that my hair is ruining their day and it's not becoming of me, you know? So I then decided to do a little response, yeah? It wasn't anything harsh. I wasn't critiquing them in any way. I just said...
My fingers are getting sore doing this.
This is the
keyboard warriors.
Oh, is my hair long enough for you? And I did a little video on Instagram. That's all I did.
Shazzy, we haven't even got into the comments yet.
No. But I'm saying this is where it came from. That and then Aurora's, I think that's what she said. Right?
Yeah, I think that's where the conversation came about. So a bit of a tangent there, but it's all right. You can go on tangents as much as you want on these conversational pieces.
Exactly.
Another thing I just want to add before we get to the comments, even though I said we're jumping straight in, I just want to say, I would say 99% of our comments are A1 positive. People are so nice, caring, really appreciate us, and we appreciate them. We get too many of them comments to go through every single one and respond. But yeah, we do appreciate the love. We don't want you guys to think that we're just sort of giving light to the haters and not the people that love us, because obviously, of course, the people that love us, the people we really appreciate, and we get so many nice comments.
But also there's people that think that we never get negative comments. And then when we say, oh, we get this and that, people are like, really? Like, yeah, they are there.
We do.
They are there, unfortunately. And we're surprised like we get negative comments because like we're cool people. We're actually really nice people, you know?
I mean, I think we are quite nice people. I'm quite surprised sometimes when people... I think, you know, we're all right. We don't set out to offend anyone or harm anyone, but we obviously do.
No, and that's the thing. I think that's what is like very weird. And I think it took us a while to kind of get used to that. But we just then realized, that's the internet game. People like to hate on people that they don't really know. So, but it's just kind of weird that like you don't really know the person, but then you decide like, oh, I don't like them for whatever reason.
I could tell this is weighing heavy on your heart.
It is because I don't get that. I don't see anyone that I just see in a video for like 2 seconds. I'm like, I don't like them. Yeah. People are like, oh, I've got discernment. I know.
Sharon, should we get into these comments or not?
No.
But before we get to them, there's one more thing I want to say as well.
See, exactly. You're saying like, no, see? That's what I'm saying. We've got a lot to say.
There's one more thing I want to say as well.
Go on then.
Because a lot of people say also, don't respond to the haters. And yeah, we don't, like a vast majority of the haters, we don't respond to. But I do feel like it makes quite entertaining content. It's quite funny to respond. So it's not that we're trying to give these people a platform and that we're particularly bothered by it. I mean, I guess Shazzy is a bit sometimes.
Do you know what? It's just a healthy outlet. You know, sometimes you need to let out certain things because I ain't gonna lie, there are some times when I've read something and it's like really like kind of hurt me a little bit, but then I'm like, I have to kind of step back and just don't read the rest of the comments. And then he's like, oh, don't take it seriously. And then I kind of calm down and then I see the funny side of it.
And also, there are comments that bother me sometimes. It's not like, I say for the most part, I've got pretty thick skin. I can respond to these comments in a comedic way and find the funny side of it. But there are some that do bug me. Yeah. And I've included some of them. So basically what we've done, we've gone through a few of our recent viral reels on TikTok and Instagram. And I've picked out 10 comments that I can find which might be quite entertaining to respond to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
I haven't seen the comments that he picked either.
You haven't?
No, I haven't seen the comments you've picked.
Okay.
So it's a surprise to me. Whatever I'm going to read. So
I haven't. There's no hair ones, all right? Because I know.
Okay.
But you've already addressed the hair thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get into this. We're going to try not to show screen names. We are just going to read out the comments and we'll try and
name and shame them. Name it big bold letters at user 8186739 hashtag. I'm going to name them.
And they always do have like user 39 with like they're actually not even real people these days.
That's what I'm saying. No, they're real people just using it like, you know, aliases. I don't know, but
Shall I read these comments out yet?
No. But
these guys are probably like, can you just get on with it? Can you just read these comments
guys.
out? All right, first one. This is aimed at me. Do you ever let your wife actually speak on your videos?
Yeah, do you, babe?
Well, I think I've just answered that. I think the first hour of this video that we've just filmed was kind of...
Maybe because you knew that comment, so you were like, okay, let me actually like calm down and actually let her speak.
So yes, the answer is I do. Of course, I let her speak on my videos. It's just we have our own platforms. We've got our own TikToks, our own Instagrams, and obviously I'm the forefront of my platform.
So was it on your TikTok?
It was on TikTok, I believe, or Instagram.
Yeah, I never speak on your TikTok.
You don't, but it's... In fairness to you, I always do try and get you as involved in my content on my TikTok as possible. And Shazzy being Shazzy, she does things on her own time when she feels like it.
Sometimes I don't want to be bothered. Sometimes I just want to chill and be quiet, be in my yard, you know, just being real. Sometimes I being honest, guys, sometimes, you know, you just want to be in your quiet zone. You've had a busy day with the kids or some child like smacking your bum and biting you. You just want peace and quiet. Smacking your bum? Yeah, Araya.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, some child that's...
yeah, and the big kid, of course. Yeah, it's not like I don't want to speak, but I just want...
But that one wasn't that deep. That's not that deep.
not
But
that
we
deep.
thought, well, I'll ease us into this. You know, you've got to ease yourself into it gently.
Okay.
You know, you got to go in slowly. Okay. I'm going to have to put context on these comments, obviously.
Okay.
So this one you have seen. I know you've seen it because you actually made me aware of this one.
Okay.
So we did a reel, a recent one we put it on TikTok and Instagram, and it's basically me sat out in the side in the sun while the rest of the family are eating their food in the shade because I'm the only one who needs a tan. That was the kind of the gag. Mm-hmm. But someone said, I only saw 3 people and a floating fork. How did she do that? Sorry.
So I know, actually, yeah. So I think it is you that's the ghost.
So wait, this is the thing. I don't know either. Someone is saying that I'm a ghost because I'm bleached out in the sun and the fork's floating because I'm eating.
It's you, yeah, because he said, how did she do that? So obviously he can see me. So he's saying, oh, how did she make the fork float?
Or is it because you're in the shadows? And
No, I think it's definitely you.
so, well, either way, it's either because I am so white and transparent that you can't see me in the sunlight. You can just see the fork floating, or vice versa with you in the shadows. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to put the words out there, but it's kind of racist. But one thing I will say, okay, even though this is kind of hateful, this did actually make me laugh.
That's quite funny.
And especially if he's talking about me, I think it's a man. The person who's talking about me, then I can definitely take a joke. I am very white and pasty, so yeah, I'll give that one to you. That was actually...
I wouldn't say you're white and pasty. I've seen paler people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of more of a sort of...
Latino.
I'm like kind of...
Puerto Rican, Cuban, I like to smoke my Cuban cigar, I like my cotaro. I'll just say it for you, because I knew that's what you're going to say.
Yeah, I mean, like I could pass for like a white Cuban or something, or maybe Mediterranean, Spanish, Italian.
You can pass for a Swiss man.
Okay, let's leave it at that. That's pretty funny. Whoever wrote that, okay, shout out to you. Okay, so again, I've got to put context on this. Basically, someone asked us on TikTok about this kind of what we're talking about now. Who gives you the most stick in the comments section? Is it white people or black people? Mm-hmm. So I responded with a comment kind of saying we get it from both sides. And I said, basically, I made a point of saying that white people are definitely more subtle with their racism, but white people definitely get offended easier, I find, about certain things. And I said, when it comes from a black person, it's more straight to the point.
Direct, yeah.
Anyway, someone responded with this comment, I don't like him. The fact that he's protecting whiteness and giving umming and ahhing gave me the immediate ick. Black people cannot be racist, so what are you even saying?
Black people can't be racist. Oh, really? I think everyone can be racist. And yeah, everyone can be racist. But I don't understand what he or she means about protecting whiteness.
Yeah, so that's
what you were saying. It doesn't make sense.
Like with the sort of black people can't be racist thing, I kind of get what she's saying, because obviously with history, everything that's gone on in the past, like before our lifetimes especially, obviously, you know, white people were the oppressors. So if you take it back years, then yeah, I can kind of see why she'd make that point. But to say that I was protecting my whiteness, that's where she completely lost me. And this is one that actually did bother me. That's why I thought I'd put it in.
But let me come in, because we get lots of these comments where people saying, oh, we don't want her anyway. You need to protect your bloodline. You need to keep your bloodline pure, your blackness pure, you know, things like that. You're contaminating your bloodline. So isn't that the same as protecting blackness? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like they're saying that you should protect your blackness and not dilute it with the white person. So...
But I think what she's saying is that I was kind of like, I think because I said that white people are not in your face with the racism, that I was protecting white people or my whiteness, and that was not the case. I was saying that, basically saying that white people are like kind of shady about it, and they
you won't know that they don't like you, and
like we do a lot of skits and we poke fun particularly at white stereotypes, which they are stereotypes and they don't necessarily, it's just for fun. White people get quite offended about that, you know, about not seasoning chicken, all that stuff, and they're very quick to jump in the comments. That's kind of the point I was making. But anyway, I do not feel for 1 minute I was protecting whiteness. I don't know what she's saying about the umming and ahhing.
Because you were umming and ahhing in the beginning. So that gave her the ick.
I know, I do and ah, but a lot of people do. You got to think about what you're saying before you say it. If that means you've got to do an and ah, then and ah.
I don't know, that one wasn't really offensive because I didn't really understand it per se, but I'm just like...
Well, she said she doesn't like me anyway. She saw a minute clip of me and decided she doesn't like me.
That's fine.
And said I protect white people. I feel like, really, I think she's decided she doesn't like me. That's basically bottom line. I think the reasons for not liking me are just...
Could you and ah too much, babe. Just, that's all it is.
Whose side are you on, bro?
That's what she didn't like.
I bet your wife thought she got away from the ninja, the N-word, that already disrespect black women, but to find a white man that thinks the same across the world. Context. Yeah. She's basically saying that this white man here, me, I disrespect black women. Context again. A certain female rapper accused a certain male rapper of an act of domestic violence, which he got incarcerated for, which I just look at the facts, I've looked at all the evidence, and I do feel like she may be fabricating or partially fabricating the story. That's all I was saying. I just feel like there's an innocent black man in jail. But because I feel that way, someone seems to think that that's disrespectful to all black women across the planet.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, like I said to you, with that situation, you're never going to win, because if you sided with Meghan, then there'll be other people that were saying, oh, he doesn't support the black man, he's not standing up for the black man, and then you supporting the other person, it's like, oh, you support domestic violence. So it's like you're never going to win in that kind of situation. But at the same time, you have to stand on business. If that's what you feel is true, that's what you feel is true. And we see in the media, there's so many people right now that have come out and claim certain things, and then it's turned out that, oh, they're capping.
Yeah.
So it happens a lot. So a lot of people are very what's the word? They're not as trusting when they hear someone saying it until the proof comes out. So you can't blame people for, and also, finding facts for themselves and thinking like, this doesn't add up.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It was like my kind of opinion was based on a lot of research and a lot of, looking at evidence and stuff. And it's not, but I just think like people feel like because it's a black woman who's the alleged victim, by default you've got to side with them, or otherwise that makes you a bad person. You're almost as bad as what that person's being accused of. So
it's like, don't look at the facts. It's just a woman. It's a woman. That's all you have to care about. And I'll say this on record, like any woman that would say or fabricate things just to get back at a man or whatever. We see that a lot in marriages where they lie about their man, and then it turns out, oh no, actually they lied about it.
It happens in real life.
And
the thing is, I was going to say, and this is not just, it's not just women that lie on men. Men lie on women. It's like people lie on people regardless of gender, regardless of skin color. People can be pretty nasty. And make things up about people. Yeah. And I think you should just look at the individual case. And
exactly.
Not just because she somewhat resembles my wife, but it doesn't, kind of thing, because she's a woman and because she's black, that I should by default just presume that she's saying the truth. I just disagree with that. If, of course, if he did do that to her, I would be up in arms about it. I'd be like, no, he deserves everything he gets. He can stay there. But because of what I've researched and what I've kind of found out, I've just I'm just saying it as I feel it is.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it's just such a generalization, just to throw a blanket over all women, just to you're almost saying that all women are the same. There's good people and bad people regardless of what gender you are, what skin color you got. I think you just need to look at individual scenarios.
Case by case.
Case by case, yeah.
And what I say for me, like, I don't get involved in that kind of stuff anyway, in like celebrity drama or whatever, put my 2 cents into that. I say that to him all the time. Like, don't get involved. It's not your business. And I don't, because I don't know them like one-on-one for me to think, okay, nah, it's true or it's not true. I can only speculate, but my speculation could be wrong. So that's why I don't get involved in that. I don't like those, those channels where they do like these gossip things. It's entertaining, but I just take just little bits from it, but I don't take that as gospel because I don't know them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like into all gossip and celebrity beefs and stuff, it's just like, there's a few things I pick and choose of what, and I'm like the sort of person even with like medical stuff, I like to do research and break things down and understand things like I did that with that particular case. I was looking at court transcripts and evidence and breaking it all down, seeing what it actually means. I like to just, some things I can get obsessive with. And P.S.
That's all.
You can keep Diddy, all right? You can keep Diddy. I'm not.
Let's not say that name on the channel, please.
Let's not say Diddy.
We need to bleep, beep, blah.
Yeah, I don't have anything good to say about Diddy, by the way. But that's a whole different situation.
Very different, exactly.
Anyway, moving on. The comment says, no stereotypes, but immediately shows him unnecessarily washing the chicken. So, context. A gag about how white people don't wash their chicken, they don't season their chicken properly. We did like a little skit on Instagram to demonstrate that and show the funny side of it. Mm-hmm. And I basically said, no, I don't conform to that white stereotype. I'm going to wash my meat and I'm going to season it before I cook it. Mm-hmm. But they're saying I am conforming to a stereotype because I'm unnecessarily washing chicken.
And based on the comments that were on that, a lot of white people were saying they don't wash chicken.
No.
So I don't understand that comment.
Well, just basically this whole thing has just turned into this. I can pick loads and loads of comments off of these videos that went viral because people are clowning me. Like, this is particularly white people when I see the little avatars clowning me for washing chicken, but obviously black people are like, no, you should wash chicken. It's almost that has turned into this race thing. Should you or shouldn't you?
And we didn't realize that it was like such a big deal until that video went viral. It's like, what?
People get very
it's a thing.
But white people get very offended when you start clowning them. Mm-hmm. But I'm white. I'm allowed to clown white people, right?
You're one of them.
Yeah, I am, but I'm not.
You are, yes, you are. You're white. I'm black. So we're from two different communities, and our communities do two different things.
And also, I don't actually genuinely really feel like no white people season their food or wash their chicken. Like, you can go to all these, like, there's all these places in our city where it's cooked by white people and it's amazing food. Like, it's amazing, inspired by. It's just the old British stereotype is plain food, and that's what I'm playing on. Exactly. Guys.
But no, it's true.
Should you wash your chicken? Should you wash your meat?
This is a good question. Do you wash your meat?
Because this is going to have the comments popping off.
Yes. And the thing is, does it matter if you wash it or not? If you're in your own yard, you can do what you want.
Exactly.
It's because a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't wash it because it's spreading bacteria. But surely, after washing the chicken, you wash down the sides.
Yeah, and you try not to splash the water around as well. You just kind of keep it contained, and then you can use bleach or hot water and cleaning products, whatever.
Yeah, in the years of us doing that, we've never been fallen sick.
No.
Never puked up.
No, I've never got sick from cross-contamination
or nothing like that. I've got sick from KFC and Subway.
But not from Tommy
But
D's
not
cooking.
from Tommy D's cooking, not from my cooking, not from any of our family's cooking. So, I don't know.
Like, the reason, to be honest, here's the reason I actually prefer to wash chicken. I feel like it's obviously washing, it's not going to kill bacteria because the bacteria is all like inside the meat. You know, you're not going to do it by rinsing the chicken.
It's a slime.
But it's getting the slime off out the packet, and maybe like if they drops it on the factory floor, there might be some dirt.
You never know.
Like, it's like the idea of just cooking chicken out the packet.
And you have to defeather as well, because some of it can get like feathers on it.
Yeah, and feathers as well.
you
So
have
it's just kind of cleaning that virtual layer of dirt off it before you cook it. It's not killing bacteria, but it's removing dirt. That's the way I see it.
Because a lot of people do like the whole vinegar and what's it called, and lemon and all that kind of stuff. We don't do all that. Like,
no, I don't.
honestly,
I don't do all that.
I just wash it, take off the feathers, and blah blah blah. And yeah, all good.
Don't get me wrong. There's been times where I haven't washed it. Right, today, but don't get.
That's the white side. That's the white side coming up.
Don't be mad at me. There's been times where I've actually skipped the step, like. But
and both ways, we haven't been sick.
Yeah, both ways we haven't been sick. So basically, moral story is,
yeah.
If you wash your meat, good for you. If you don't, good for you.
It's a preference.
It's a preference.
I think it's a real preference. Like nowadays, the way they produce meat is different.
Yeah. Comes out of a factory.
It comes out, yeah, exactly. It's not like the way it was like super fresh, like when you just got it from the butcher, or if you like live like on a farm, you actually kill the animal yourself, so you know what you're getting. But now it comes from a factory. You don't know what's been on there. Like Tommy's saying, you know, it might have been drops, or you don't know what products they might have used to clean the surfaces that they chopping it on. It's all those things you have to think about. So it's just washing that just for your peace of mind.
Yeah, someone might have been wearing really like baggy pants and dropped the chicken that's gone down the pants, and maybe like they just got it back out and put it back on the conveyor belt, you know.
Only you'd think of things like that. Oh my days.
Anyway, let's move on from this. Get involved in the comments, guys.
That's my man. I'ma stick by him. You know.
Okay, so guys,
change him, Lord. Change him, Lord.
I think God accepts me.
God accepts you, but do I accept you?
No, you do not.
Yes, I do. I'm still here, so of course I do.
Right, next comment. Honestly speaking, we're not going to take no cleaning advice from the descendants of the people that our ancestors taught how to wash their. What this person is saying is they're not taking any advice from me because I am white.
You're not just white. You're a descendant.
I'm a descendant of the ancestors.
Master. You didn't know how to wash your booty. We taught you how to wash your booty. That's what
me personally, you taught me how to wash my
black ancestors taught your white ancestors' children.
Is there any truth?
That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying.
Guys, is there any truth in this? Like, I should have fact checked this. Is there any truth that white people didn't know how to wash their derrieres? Or is she just speculating?
It could be true because I guess they looked after their children, so they taught their children how to look after themselves.
But what's that got
Possibly.
what's that got to do with me then?
They're telling her how to wash chicken, so she's not taking advice from you.
Oh, that's fair enough. If you don't want to take advice from me, you know, I'm not really out to give advice. I'm out to try and entertain people, make them laugh. But it's quite a funny comment, isn't it? The funny thing about these comments is, like, some of them, they just kind of always go back like 400 or 500 years.
It wasn't your mom and your dad that taught you how to wash your booty. It wasn't your mom and dad that taught you how to wash your booty.
It's a little awkward and uncomfortable. It's getting a little. This one, kind of funny. We did a reel.
Oh, from Araya.
Again, a little bit of a sort of a play on how a white dad moisturizes his kids versus the black mum. I just put a little gentle bit on, and the black mum goes hammy, making sure the whole body is.
Oh.
Making sure the whole body is fully shiny.
You know how us mums, yeah, we're a bit rough, yeah, with the kids. We have to hold them down because they be wriggling around like a crocodile. Like, you know, ladies, like when you're lotioning your child, like I was saying, they're wriggling around like that crocodile. You're trying to capture the crocodile, but they're just like, "Arr." That's kids.
That lotion is going on.
That's going on.
That lotion is going on, right?
And kids try and run away, and you're just there, like, quick, just trying to get it in. So she's saying because I'm rough, I'm giving my child PTSD.
When she sees lotion when she's older.
So how am I, like, they're trying to make this sound like some Diddy thing, bro. Like...
We say we're not going to talk about Diddy.
Like, no, but seriously, it's like, are you serious? Like, you see that she laughs. Every time I put lotion on her, she's laughing and she's like running away and she thinks it's a game.
She definitely doesn't hurt her in any way.
I don't hurt her in any way. And to be honest, my hands are quite soft. They're like super soft.
It probably hurts more when I put the lotion on her, even though I'm very soft, because my hands are very rough. I got rough working hands.
But I hope she doesn't get PTSD.
I don't think she's going to get PTSD when she looks at a bottle of lotion. I mean, I think this comment may be satire. I don't know.
No, actually, she doesn't get.
Well, we never know. When she turns 18, she's like screaming in the bathroom when she sees a bottle of E45.
Mom, stop, mommy! Like wake up from a nightmare, like me screaming. Mommy, stop! Like, what were you dreaming about, baby? I dreamt you were lotioning me really rough with E45.
Also, there was a lot of comments on that same video, kind of roasting me for just
not doing anything.
Oh, this one's a bit deep. Going back to kind of what we said.
What video is that one?
A video of me and Aurora and Araya. Someone said, "Don't treat them like your slaves because they are half black." I don't even know how to respond to that.
Whatever.
Sorry, it's not funny.
So
not like
it's your child. Why would you have a child to then treat what? Okay, it happens.
Because I'm white.
No, but the thing is, it happens with the same race, mom and dad. Do you know what I mean? Where they do actually treat them like slaves and just abuse them. But
I think they're just saying it because
because you're white and they're half black. I
feel like comments like this, it's people that just don't like to see this.
It's just
interracial stuff, and it's what can we hit you with?
I think people
get under your skin.
People think that white people are incapable of truly loving another race, wholeheartedly and fully without any ulterior motive to think, oh, they just love you for. It's like a fetish, or they just love you because they'll get the black card, or they're gonna use you as a slave, or are you safe, sis? Yeah, people can't grasp that someone actually can love another race,
but
black or white man, especially a black woman.
So it could be that, but playing advocate is it not just because they want to just get under your skin? They know that like.
I don't know.
They must know that not all white people are bad.
I don't think they do.
You think they generally got like...
I think they genuinely think that all white people are just the people that think like this. Let me say, I think they genuinely think like all white people are horrible because of history. So it's like they can't detach themselves from that and think like, okay, things have moved on. Those white people that were there back then are not the same white people that are here now. I don't think they can grasp that.
But surely if you haven't lived through that period, then...
But if you're, if you're obsessed with something, if you're like constantly reading about it and like taking it in, reading about like what happened back then and what these people did and how it transpired, you're constantly, and then obviously you're learning about it in school, and let's say the people that they're around might just be talking about it, that's what they're going to think.
Yeah.
That's how their life is going to revolve around. They just think like everybody is the enemy. Every white person is the enemy.
And maybe they have like experienced like racism personally.
Exactly.
So yeah, actually, really, when you take a step back, even though these comments seem very hateful and judgmental, like maybe something's happened in their life that kind of where they do just genuinely think like that. Maybe like they're from a very segregated part of the world where it's
the
just
racism
like,
is still prevalent.
because it is, you know.
Yeah.
Especially like it's here in the UK, but I'd say we're quite well integrated, aren't we, in the UK?
Yeah,
but
I think
there's some places like in the South in the United States where there's still a lot of segregation and people don't mix, and
yes,
you know. So
but yeah, like you said, yeah, exactly. Or someone might have experienced a racist moment, and that's kind of left them with that scar. And then they are thinking, no, just because they're not from back then, they're still the same now. They probably think that, like, I can't trust any white person because this happened to me.
Yeah.
So, and then they can't grasp that, you know, that everyone's different. I guess it goes back to like when women say like, all men are trash, they're all the same because they've had like, let's say, consecutive situations with, you know, two or three different men that have treated them terribly.
Yeah.
And then they just think, no, I'm done with men, I'm going to women or whatever, or I'm not dating again, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, not all men are trash. There are really good men out there. So I think maybe that might be the same concept.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'll take it, but you know, at the same time, I've got to defend myself and say I'm a great father to my daughters, and I try my best to be a good husband. And if anyone gets pushed around, bossed around, then it's me. It's me. So I'm. We don't want to use the S word, but I'm outnumbered, and I'm the soft one. I'm the one that gets pushed around in this household. So another comment, I haven't saved it to read it out, but someone said, I can see why he had kids with a black woman, because the best athletic genes, the best musical genes, the best dancers. So kind of true. That is like, obviously, the African genes are very good, very strong, but I wouldn't say I didn't intentionally set out for that. I didn't like go, no, let me find a black woman so I can have some athletic children, or I can have some...
Or like I have a tally, like, Chinese, what do they... Oh, they're quite brainy. Oh, yeah,
good at math.
I can have great math. Oh, black. I like sport. I like basketball. Yes, black person it is.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's not what I set out to do,
but... It's not a strategic thing.
But, yes... The African genes are very good, especially athletically and musically, dance-wise. Definitely the best genes in the world come from Africa. I'll give them that. Different regions of the world produce different strengths.
Exactly.
So, final comment. The kids are cute, but it ain't gonna be no more white man after they grow up and the generation pass. Haha. We won the war anyway. Kids are black. Kids are black, not white, and white people are going to be gone by the time they're 34. Okay, give us more power. Basically saying that the world's going to be like mixed or black, which that could be true. That actually could be true. That like as people are getting more integrated, especially in the UK. I mean, it's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? Because still the majority of people in the UK are white, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. But maybe, like, I don't know, in the future that could happen. But she's kind of doing it as a bit of a ha-ha thing, like, you lose. You won. What is scary, though, is if AI people take over the world. AI robots.
Now that should
be... And the humans, that's what we should really be worried about.
That's why we need to be working together, because this is why they're building these AI things, yeah. Because they're seeing that human beings are not even cooperating. Yeah, they can't work together. They're just fighting over stupidness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of working together.
We need to pull together as human beings, all races.
Yeah.
We need to pull together, be together, keep reproducing. Because these AI robots...
They're taking over our jobs. They're coming into this country, taking our jobs, taking our teller jobs. Now there's no one at the till to talk to say, how was your day? It's just a beep.
Wait, are you being... are you discriminating against AI robots?
Yes, I hope them AI robots don't attack me. But
so wait, do you think that's going to be like a form of discrimination in the future as well against AI robots? Because they're coming into our country, they're taking our jobs.
Yes. Look, when you go in any shop right now, yeah, there's probably only like 2 people serving on 2 tills, but the rest is like self-service, like boop boop, and then you go. There's not even a cleaner anymore. They've got robot cleaners. It's like a thingy. Have you seen them?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen them, but I believe it. I mean,
I've seen M&S. It's not like a person, but it's like a dome shaped, and it goes around cleaning around M&S. It's not even a person. Normally you'd see a person, cleaning. He's like, oh, sorry, trying not to step over the beautiful mopping. Now it's just like a robot.
That's pretty scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
scary.
Listen.
So they are taking our jobs.
So all of these people, especially in England, that say all the immigrants are coming over, taking our jobs. Mm-hmm. You should not be angry at the immigrants, because it's not the immigrants taking your jobs.
It's not.
It's the robots taking your jobs.
These robots
be angry at the
over.
robots.
They're taking over, yeah? Why are you worried about the immigrants coming in and taking your jobs? These AI are working undercover right now, planning, strategizing on how they can come and take all of our jobs. And we'll be working for them for nothing. Imagine that. Getting terrorized by an AI robot. This is not a conspiracy. This is not a drill. This is real. Lord help us.
I've always been very skeptical of conspiracy theories. I've always been very quick to brush them off, but I'm finding as I'm getting older, a lot of things are actually making me think a lot more and think outside the box a bit.
Look at this. What's that? Those taxis. There's no more self-driving taxis now.
I know.
There's no more person.
We don't have them here yet.
We don't have them here.
But they got them in California, I think.
Exactly. Everything starts in California. It does. I don't know why everything like kind of gets tested in Cali for some reason, and then it just gets filtered over to everywhere else. Or China. Yes, yeah. I was gonna say or China. Just prepare yourself.
Let's come back down to DMO world now. DMO world.
So it's the world. This is about the world. This is about the world. That's the whole point. Global things, not just global.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Going back to our grassroots, conversational. Let us know if you want to see more of this type of thing, because we've been talking about doing more talking for the hot minute, and we don't ever do it. We always end up just doing a lot more vlogging. But do you guys enjoy this type of content and want to see more of it? Let us know in the comments. All right, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you smash the like button, leave us a comment, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so.
Please.
We'll see you guys in another video very, very soon. Cheers, mate.